Hey guys, how's it going? This is Busted Nut, and I got two battles for you today. And this first one is gonna be against Dwib, and he is pretty good. He's one of the best guys in U on Showdown, I think. And it's a really close game I have against with him, and some definitely key plays and some good plays. And I'll just commentate over this, and I sped this part up because it's not really the main part; it's just a battle. Yeah, he gets his rocks up, I encore him, then flamethrower on the switch. And this is very key to note that I am keeping the same moves with my Electros the whole time that I do have him in play, as you will see on these two turns, which is very key in this battle as he toxics me and I aqua jet or all this junk. And so now on this turn, he's gonna go for the milk drink as I go for the heal bell to get my Electros cured. And on this turn, I'm gonna go for the toxic with my Miltank to get his Miltank toxic and whatever. But he actually goes into his Primeape, which is pretty strange. Not really actually though, unless he was not predicting the body slam, which I could have gone for. But either way, it worked out for him. Here, I predicted him to not go for the close combat, seeing as I have Misdreavus and it was too obvious. So I actually went for the Toxic again, which is a very good play. In my opinion, it worked out, and it got the Tangle of Toxics, and now he has a Toxic wall. And here I was trying to stay in and bluff the Sap Sipper, and yeah, he knocks off my leftovers though, which kind of sucks, and I'm just going for the Toxic, predicting him to switch, thinking that I do have Sap Sipper, and he's going to call my bluff very well. It would have worked out better for him because even if I did have Sap Sipper, I am a wall, and he is defensive, so it didn't really matter. He predicts me to switch, and he knocks off my Violet, so that's very good for him. And now I'm just going to taunt him, so he can't really Leech Seed me or whatever, but he actually goes into his Miltank, which is alright because now he can't Heal Bell or anything. And here I believe I'm going to go for the Shadow Ball, or the Will-O-Wisp. No, it was the Will-O-Wisp this time, just because he wasn't a status and I wanted him to be burned or whatever. But he actually brings in the Kangaskhan, and I'm just staying in, not really doing whatever, and I'm gonna go for the taunt. No real reason yet. I haven't seen the Kangaskhan, don't know if it's fake out, and even if he was, I am defensive, so it wouldn't be doing anything. Here is where I go for the Shadow Ball. He was taunted. There was not much he could do to me, so he was probably gonna switch. And yeah, I do get the Primeape with some nice damage. And here I predicted him to over-predict or something again, and I'm just going to go for the taunt as he goes for the punishment. And here he makes a very nice play. He knows I'm going to switch, not wanting to die. And he's going to go for the U-turn, revealing that he is not choice, which is very interesting. And he's going to go into his Alomomola, and here I believe I'm going to be able to rapid spin the rocks away. And it's a very wait, what? No, I switched because I was scared of this Scald. It lagged there a little bit for me. I don't know about you, but yeah, he does go for the Scald. Luckily doesn't get the burn in here. I would be able to Pain Split. He knows that, I believe, and he knows I wouldn't go for the taunt, so he goes into his Miltank. Very good play for him. And yeah, so I'm going to be able to get back up right above half, and sadly I'm not going to be able to outspeed him to taunt him, and he is going to be able to get his whole team cured. So I had a bunch of things toxic and burned, and that just kind of sucks. But whatever, it did pay off. It did get some damage off of some things, and it did help a lot in the end. But I am going to go for the Will-O-Wisp here, knowing that nothing is status anymore, and I can get a burn on anything if it does connect, which it does. And here I'm going to taunt him so he can't Leech Seed anything or something like that, when honestly I probably could have just switched to something to take the Giga Drain better. I don't really know. Here I'm going to switch because I knew if I went for the Pain Split or the Shadow Ball it wouldn't kill, or I wouldn't get up to enough health to switch back in after Stealth Rocks. So yeah, I'm going to go into my Miltank. I'm pretty sure I was specially defensive. And here he makes an incredible play. He knows that I'm going to go for the Milk Drink to get above or back to health or whatever. So he's gonna go into his Primeape, and I'm like, okay, what are you gonna do? He's gonna encore me into Milk Drink, which is very interesting. I did not want to go into Misdreavus, which I probably could have looking back, but yeah, that really sucks that my Miltank had to go down. I was especially defensive, so close combat is gonna be able to take me out in one hit. I'm going to go into Float Zell now, knowing that he isn't choiced and I can outspeed him. And here I actually make a double switch, predicting him to go into a Alomomola, and I go into my Electros to pair up well against it, and that pays off very well. And here you will get to see something very interesting. I'm going to go for the Thunderbolt now, not the Volt Switch, because I'm pretty sure the Miltank was at a lower amount of health, and it could have been a 2-hit KO. I'm not exactly sure, but yeah, just wanted to change it up, not Volt Switching all the time. I don't have that much life left. And I'm going to go for the Thunderbolt, as you already saw. And I am Expert Belted, not Choice Specs. So here I'm going to be able to take him out with a Flamethrower because I bluffed the Specs pretty well. And he did think I was Specs, so that definitely did pay off a lot to locking, or pretending to lock myself into a move. And he's going to go into his Kangaskhan. I'm like, alright, I definitely need my Electros for a Lomomola, so I'm going to keep him around. I'm going to fodder off my Mischievous because I don't think I needed it too much, but looking back, I probably could have used it against a Lomomola because if he does take out my Electros, it's pretty much game over. And this Drain Punch does nothing to my Armaldo, as I'm going to be able to rapid spin the rocks away because my Monferno is sashed, and I definitely wanted to keep that alive. And here he's just going to go for the Drain Punch and take me out, as I'm going to go for the Rock Blast and do a little bit of damage, not a lot. I only got 2, so it kind of sucks. And he's going to be able to take me out with another Drain Punch. And yeah, so I'm going to go into my Monferno now to set up the nasty plot. And here he predicts me to have Vacuum Wave, and I make a pretty good play in my opinion, and I'm going to encore him into Sucker Punch. And that was a very risky play. He did outspeed me. He could have gone for the double edge, but now he's locked into Sucker Punch, as I'm going to go for the nasty plot over and over until I'm at full, but he decides that this is not looking good, so he's going to switch into his Miltank, and I'm going to be at full, and this Vacuum Wave is going to be overkill, even though he was especially defensive Miltank. Now he goes back into his Kangaskhan to fake out, but I kind of wanted my Monferno, even though it's at 1%. I don't really know why, but I'm going to go into my Float Zell now, and it kind of was a bad play because he did have a Lomomola and Tangela, which I can't really do anything to, but I locked myself into Aqua Jet, predicting him to go for the Sucker Punch, which really didn't work out too well for me, so I think the core that he had just going on kind of blocked Electros, so it was pretty hard to maneuver, but I'm still going to try to. He's going to keep going for the Scald, as I'm going to go for the Aqua Jet, just letting my Float Zell die because I don't want anything to take a Scald, and I don't think he could get the burn because I think I had Water Veil, so that's always nice. I'm going to go into my Electros now and go for the Thunderbolt, not the Volt Switch, because I don't really know why, but he's going to go into his Primeape now, which had I Volt Switched, I guess it could have been a little bit better, but he did have the Kangaskhan, so it didn't really matter either way. I didn't really have a chance of winning at that point, but yeah, I'm going to be able to take him out, and he's going to bring in his Kangaskhan to finish me off with a fake out, so that'll be a good first game, very well played by both players, and yeah, ended out in his victory. Here, the second match, you've already seen this battle, but I'm just going to go more into depth about some of my predictions, and this guy is actually very good himself as well. I checked his rank, and he has about 5.0, 4.0, something like that. And so anyways, he's going to lead off with his Golurk, as I lead off with my Kangaskhan, just going to fake out and flinch him, and then get the double edge crit, which didn't really matter. I needed max damage to kill, but I'm pretty sure it was over 50% chance of me killing, so whatever. Here he makes a great double switch, goes into Scolipede, knowing I would go into my Masharna, and sadly for him, he did not have a chance to kill me. I calced that, as you have seen probably if you watched my last video. He had a 99, or the max damage at 99 point something percent. Here is a key play. I go into my sock on the down, and I'm like, okay, he knows that a banded Stone Edge will easily be able to take him out. So I'm like, okay, I'm gonna switch into Simisear, predicting the Tangela to come in, and let's see how that works out. I'm gonna go into my Simisear, and he's gonna go into his Tangela, which works out very well for me. But here, it's kind of weird. I knew he was going to go back into his Mantine because Simisear would easily OHKO him, and there would be no point in just going for it because he would have gone into his Mantine. There's no reason for him not to. So I'm once again going to make a double switch back in my sock. And here on this turn, after this, when I'm in my sock and he's in his Mantine, I want you to comment what you would do. Pause the video or whatever. But yeah, here I'm going to decide that he's probably not going to switch, and he's just tired of these mind games or whatever. He thinks I'm going to go to Simisear, maybe. I don't really know, but let's see how this plays out. Alright, I'm gonna go for the Stone Edge, and it OHKOs him because I do connect, and that works out extremely well for me. He's gonna go into his sock now. I'm gonna fodder my Seismitoad because I don't really need it anymore. I mean, I could have gotten the rocks up and maybe walled the Jinx a little, but I'm pretty sure I had Earth Power, not Earthquake. So yeah, I'm gonna go into my Leafeon now, predict him to switch and go for the sub. But yeah, he's gonna go for the close combat, and I'm just gonna take him down to his sturdy with the Leaf Blade, and he's gonna be able to take me out with another one. So it's kind of weird right now. He's leaving his sock in to die, it looks like, but he actually decides to save it because he is scarfed. And I'm going to go into my Simis here now. Luckily, he misses the Leech Seed, which does suck. So here he makes kind of a weird play, locks himself into Earthquake. Not much weaker than Close Combat, but I don't know why he did that because it's not even a 2-hit KO on my sock, and that plays a big role because now my sock is going to be able to live and take him out with a close combat. And here you will see why that played such a big role. He's going to lower my defenses, whatever, so his Jinx is easily going to be able to come in and kill me, but he actually decides on this turn to put me asleep, and I was going to decide on the first turn to switch out, but I hit cancel and it didn't really work. So he's going to get the free sub as I just stay in and sleep, but I realized that if I did switch, he would not be able to put anything else asleep. So my plan was, I knew Kangaskhan can take one hit, and I did see lefties, so no life orb, so there's pretty much no way he's going to kill me in one hit. He's going to go for the psychic. I do live, and I'm going to go for the fake out, knowing he cannot take me out in one hit, or I mean, he cannot put me to sleep is what I'm saying. Not whatever, but yeah, so I take his sub out, and now I'm going to be able to outspeed with my Simisage. Simisear, gosh, sorry about that. Simisear, and easily OHKO him with the flamethrower because I am Specs and it's a Jinx, and yeah. So there were a bunch of things that mattered in that battle, and it definitely worked out well. Had I not predicted with the Sock, the Mantine probably would have been around for a lot longer and walled my Simisear. So that was pretty good. Leave a like if you enjoyed that. I want to know what you guys think of this series if I do turn it into a more frequent series. Do you like this? Anything I can improve, all that good stuff. You can comment, leave me constructive criticism, and you can leave a like if you liked it. If I hadn't already said that, sorry if I'm annoying about that. I just like to know. Whatever. Have a good day. Goodbye.